I thought that she was Latina, but she's like Albanian and English. You know that?
Oh, okay. I'm not racially obsessed, so I don't know where she's from. I just said she's a talented actor, Robert.
Well, she just looks like a...
Hey guys, let me take these off like you just told me something crazy.
Oh,
what?
Oh, that was pretty good. That was in sync.
Dude, that was in sync. What was your favorite boy band when you were a kid? Before you found out that you were...
New Kids on the Block.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's totally...
Hashtag, dude.
It's totally normal to be a New Kids on the Block guy.
Yes.
Right?
For our...
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, they kind of transcended boy band fandom or something. You know, you got Joey McIntyre. You got Reba McIntyre.
One of their names was Jonathan, so I was like, well, that's obviously... my character.
Yeah, no, I liked
one of my own beard hairs.
I think I liked Joey because he was the youngest and I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I relate to him.
I'm the Joey of my family. If my family was New Kids on the Block.
Dude, and I love that. I love that that was how many? That was 35 years ago.
Dude, that's so weird.
That's like less time than when we were kids in the Beatles, you know, because when you looked at the Beatles, it was like, oh, that was, you know what I mean? Like that was forever ago. That was only like 20, dude, like Gwen Stefani, what was that?
No doubt.
Girls?
No doubt. Huh?
Or no doubt. It's like the same age gap.
Oh, yeah.
From like us to the Beatles to like.
You've seen the meme that says like we're closer to 2050 than we are to 1980, and you're like, that's not true. And then you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We're freaking old and we don't have flying anything yet.
No.
Is the future turning out how you thought it would be?
A little bit. I mean, we got computer chips coming, right?
Yeah, dude. NVIDIA's doing well. If you have stock in NVIDIA, a good amount of it, then you're rich. And then everybody else can just like continue being broke, I think.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's just going to be a bunch of broke people and a few very wealthy fellows that live in like a castle on the hill. Like a futuristic Batcave.
Nice. Yes.
Welcome to Fantasy House, Fantasy Fortress.
Welcome to Fantasy. Is that a Fantasy Island?
Yeah.
Welcome to Fantasy House.
Yeah.
Like, there's 7 of us. We have trillions of dollars. We own all the AI, and the rest of you, you just didn't work hard enough.
Oh, sick the dogs on them.
The robot dogs.
The robot dogs.
The scary robot dogs from Boston MITs.
Dude, I could see that. I don't know. Hopefully that isn't the way we're going.
No, I mean, the future is going to be, what do they call it? It's there was a philosopher dude, was it Michael Shermer? He said it's not going to be a dystopia. It's going to be like it's not going to be a utopia or dystopia. It's going to be like a protopia or something like that. Like some of the problems that we have right now are going to be worse problems in the future. Some of the stuff that's bad right now is going to be solved in the future. And so it's like, he's like, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be there's always challenges for a civilization to handle.
Yeah, I feel like that has happened since the beginning of time.
Because this is going to be the end of you, Robert. What is this?
Mio?
What is this? Have you been?
That is Drano. I enjoy.
It's called Mio?
It's the only way I can drink water if I have some little cleaning solution.
Oh, drink a Mio. I don't know Italian.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds...
Rappity poppy, slappity doppy.
You do look like a sexy Pavarotti.
You had me at sexy.
Yeah, well, Pavarotti has like does he kind of have like ratty hair, kind of like balding?
He looked like that guy from Indiana Jones, and I thought they were the same character forever. Indy. You're named after the dog Indy.
Dude, I saw Indiana Jones 5 in the theaters, and he's in it, and he's literally like 90 years old.
Ooh, Sean Connery?
Indy. Before
he died, they got him?
The dude, yeah.
I think it was
Pavarotti.
Burt Reynolds played him. It was him or Burt Reynolds. Like they just found like a really old guy with like a white mustache. Just say Indy.
Oh, yeah.
Cut. No, just say Indy.
Dude, he was a pretty great actor, man. Burt Reynolds.
I told okay, if you had to be stuck on an island with no women for the rest of your life, but you could have sex with one old guy that was a great actor, who would it be?
Dom DeLuise.
Dude, that's a great choice, dude. Oh my God.
He's funny and he's got like a joyous energy.
The director of the Blazing Saddles. The big ass.
Wait, did he direct?
No, he plays the director in Blazing Saddles, like towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's homies with Mel Brooks.
Dude.
Fun comedy.
Who I would choose as my mate.
No, I mean,
can you imagine having gay sex with Mel Brooks? He would be so funny.
Oh man. Well, I've heard that about Willy Wonka. You ever watch that Richard
Gene
Pryor?
Wilder?
Yeah, Richard.
We're just picking
Pryor.
everyone in Mel Brooks' circle.
Yeah.
I'd have sex with Carl Reiner.
Everyone knew. Carl Reiner's no, he just died.
No,
finally.
Carl Reiner's still alive. He died?
He died.
Wasn't he like just on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But he made it to like
Jimmy,
90.
we're watching you. We know what you're up to, Jimmy.
Yeah, dude. Be careful.
Carl Reiner. Yeah, they live to be old, dude, because I think they're like just like vegan guys that sit inside of like a Beverly Hills home at the perfect temperature, you know? That's how those old Jews guys are. Those old Jews, these guys. I'm a Jew too, so I can say that, right? They're like, he's a white supremacist. Jonathan Tomashefsky, he's a white supremacist. He was making fun of old Jewish people. I was like, oh, I'm Jewish. He's like, oh, you could be Jewish and white supremacist. You could be black and white supremacist. I was like, wait a second, what? Wait.
There's an exception. Have you read that rule book? Is there a book that we can read or something?
First of all, how dare you assume that I can read? You must be from so much privilege, Robert.
Well, you have writing on your shirt, John. I figure you know.
Doesn't mean I know what it
means.
says. You have a picture on your shirt of Buc-ee's.
Bucky, dude. Best.
Why is Buc-ee so popular?
It is just ridiculous. It's like the Cheesecake Factory of gas stations. It's the biggest
They're
gas
just a
station in
brand
the
that's fun to
world.
talk about because they have a cool beaver.
Well, do you know about it? Can I educate you on Buc-ee's?
You educate all of us on Buc-ee's.
Well, if you guys don't know, I've only been to one. They start in Texas, I think.
he's been to one Buc-ee's. He's going to tell us all about it.
Well,
you've read about it?
I was there, and it's the biggest gas station in the world. All of them are. They're
Oh, really?
giant. They're like insane, dude.
Like the size of a Target?
Yeah, it's like it's very absurdist. It almost feels like it's commentary or something.
Interesting.
It almost feels like an art piece when you go there. Because, dude, there is like 100 urinals. It's just massive. It's so
Yeah.
weird. It feels almost comical.
Do you pee in like different ones? Do you walk sideways as you pee in all of them?
Dude, you could. I went last time and there was only me and one other dude, and we're just like, whoa, we're just running around.
Is it like how I felt when you took me to Bass Pro Shop?
Yes. No, it's the Bass Pro Shop.
That
of
was my
gas
Disneyland
stations.
day when you were like, let's go inside. And I was like, oh, I never been inside. You're like, oh, you haven't? We have to go in. And then I went in and I was like, whoa.
The majesty.
it's
people
pretty.
say it's Disneyland for dads.
It's a daddy Disneyland.
Yes.
They have a lot. I mean, it's crazy that they have like boats and then they also just have like, you can get a hat and then, and they're like, hey, there's an elevator in here. And I'm like, why is there an elevator in here? It's like, cause there is. Everything's grand.
Yes. It's just like that, dude. There's 1,000 urinals. They make fudge. They make pulled pork sandwiches. And
At Buc-ee's?
Yes. And at one point, the smell of the fudge and the barbecue's like kind of morph together, and you're just coming constantly.
Did you? And how do they deal with that at Buc-ee's?
Oh man,
Do they have moppies?
Yes.
You said there's fudge. That's what you
Yes.
told me when we went to Bass
Press.
Pro Shop. So they
something there.
also it's like it's a fudge culture. Interesting.
Yeah, that's the key.
Is that you gotta have fudge? Do we have to have fudge at Barney's Beanery on Wednesday nights for our comedy show?
I think so. I think we're gonna have to do something.
Road Dogs fudge.
Yeah, dude.
What you made a fudge joke earlier? What were we joking about? What was it called? Fudge something.
Oh man, we did reference.
Let me get the flag.
Why is fudge making its way into my life again, dude?
Fudge. Can't get you out of my fudge mind. Wednesday
Road
nights at Barney's Beanery.
Dog.
Road Dogs, inspired by the magical Angelo. I almost said Cream Pie Bowers, and I was like, wait, I don't have to be clean on this show.
Angelo. He man,
He's my brother. That's a road dog. Gone way too soon, but he still lives on in all of us. His essence, Angelo's energy was like friendliness and hilariousness and mischievousness. I always joke that we were like horny little elves when we were on the road, like just being pervs about stuff, having crazy conversations, and just like we would like walk through drive-throughs. Like we'd be in a motel and then we'd be like, let's go get some food, and we would just like walk up to drive-throughs. You know how they hate that? Like
yeah, they can't stand it
because it's like a liability. So like the slaves that work there are always trained to like say no, but then you're like, please, we're two road comics, and they. Angelo would just be like, please help us. We just need a tuna melt. And they'd be like, all right, just walk up to the freaking window.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just walk through a drive-through, dude.
I could just see his like hair coming through. You know what I mean? Like
dude.
the shadow of you and him coming
dude.
together, dude.
Like he just wear a backpack, and he was a man who could wear shorts on stage. And almost anytime a comic wears shorts on stage, you're like, all right, next. But he was so funny that even Sam Tripoli would be like, I'm giving you this lecture that you should not wear shorts on stage. Like, you know what? I could totally be wrong, dude. just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's what Sam said.
Yep. He could totally. It didn't matter what he was wearing. It didn't matter that
Just
he had
like us,
Costco.
right?
Oh, I know. I
love your shirt. Your shirt style, like Angelo, like he would love your shirt style too, because you're kind of like Howard Moon, like from Mighty Boosh, which I love his shirts too. It's just super flavorful shirts. Like they're loud, but it's a good loud.
Well, gracias de nada is what I've learned from Duolingo. You ever try that?
I'm more of a Duo Lipa. I'm leaping duo, dude. I'm leaping duos.
Dua Lipa. She's a singer, right? Right now.
Correct. Two lips is the translation. That's right. Dua Lips.
Yeah. Well,
Dua Lips.
I thought that she was Latina, but she's like Albanian and English. You know that?
Oh, okay. I'm not racially obsessed, so I don't know where she's from. I just said she's a talented actor, Robert.
Well, she just looks like a spicy Latina lady.
I think
she's like Catherine Zeta-Jones. Like, what is that? What is she?
She's a gorgeous woman that knows how to act.
And
I'm talking to you, Katerina.
And saves Michael Douglas from cancer with her vaginal
are they husbands?
fluids.
They husbands and wives?
They're husbands and wives.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. They must be a fun couple to go out. Like on a, I'd like to see a Curb Your Enthusiasm based on their life.
Hey, did you notice that all the conspiracy theories that like have pussy juice is like okay with most people?
A clean podcast, dude.
Sorry.
Angelo would never, ever joke dirty. He'd never go dirty.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I heard him reference.
He was the filthiest dude.
Masturbating in a pink berry.
Oh yeah, dude. No, he was a filthy baby. This guy. We had so much fun, dude. We talked so much dirty stuff. He would make fun of me. He would call me on the toilet.
But he could do that because he was him. He was so lovable. Like people like that, like me and you both know how that is. Like when you can be the class clown and you can kind of slip some stuff in because we just as
it's in my DNA. I mean, Jews were always just like the guys that they were shooting the ground. They'd be like, dance. You'd be like, yes, sir. So the ones who survived were the ones like, I can dance for you. I'll tell you a joke, Mr. Nazi. Just don't kill me. Let my family live, and I'll tell you a joke. So it's in my genetics, and yours too, though. You're Eastern European, Slavic, like.
Yeah, I think I get that from there.
Weren't we talking about this on another podcast? Slavic being that's where the derivative of the term slave, right?
Yes. It means slave. They're Roman slaves. That movie Norsemen with that skunky, hunky, Skarsgård fella.
Skunky and hunky. Get me some chunky monkey. Better than Jerry's. I like my European man hairy.
Well, he looks like he's definitely throwing around Thor's hammer, if you know what I'm saying. He's a big dude, big stature, very good looking.
Is that a penis joke? Thor's hammer?
Yeah. Is that okay?
It's more than okay.
Okay.
It's mandatory.
Dude.
Angela would love that.
Mandatory.
Mandatory.
Oh, I like that.
Guys, right. Come out. Speaking of huge penises, Angelo Bowers, if you're here in spirit, speak to us now.
We just heard a flute.
He said, Road Dogs, cruise out Wednesday, Barney's Beanery. Guys, we would love to see you. We got amazing comics.
Yes.
Like the Rolodex of friends that we have, Road Dogs. They're just a combo of what, Robert? Great people and great comedians.
I know.
So there's 7 of them in the entire universe.
They exist somehow.
Huh?
They somehow exist.
There's a lot of great humans. There's a lot of great comics. But when you find the combo, you're just like, God, what mazel. Friggin' mazel tov.
It is nice when you can find some good dudes. I feel like our vibe there is about friendship and comedy and Barney's delicious drinks.
They do have good chicken wings.
Oh yeah,
they really do. They have good food at Barney's, dude. If you need like a Flintstones style plate of nachos, like Barney's will do that to you.
Yeah. Barney rubble that stuff.
They'll rubble that stuff. Oh man, look at you! I didn't even put that together. I just thought Flintstones because it's a giant, like embarrassing plate. But now, God, you're such a riff machine.
Oh Lord,
you're a freaking riff machine. Wednesday nights, Barney's Beanery, 8:30 p.m. Barney's Beanery in Pasadena. Road Dogs comedy. It's themed and inspired by Angelo Bowers. His spirit is all over the place. This is going to be our third shows tonight. Actually. Yeah. Our third shows tonight, and the first 2 shows were just such an awesome time. We had Zane Helberg, we had Adam Cousins, we had Gotta keep going down the list.
Sandro Yocolano.
Sandro, dude. So these are all like either road dog friends with Angelo that knew him, or people that have that same spirit, that same like essence and quality to them. Part of that.
Jackson Banks.
Jackson. Dude, Jackson Banks is so freaking awesome. He's such a good dude and hilarious and creative. And before he's too huge, we got him on the show.
Yes, we had a blast.
Because he's eating a lot of carbs.
Yeah. No, well, he's cut too.
Right now, but I saw his vision board and he's got a picture of Ralphie May with his face photoshopped on. So,
well,
we got to get him before we can't get him up the stairs. It's a very old building. It's a very old building.
Dude.
So stupid.
Oh, God.
Dude, I'm so excited though.
I know.
So we already recorded an episode, guys, just so you know, and then we had like technical difficulties because Robert and I are both like half-wits when it comes to technical stuff. I can't, I mean, there's so many buttons on cameras and podcast software and the Focusrite thing that you plug the mics into and like you test it, you think it's good. So we're like exhausted. This is our second round. You'd think, oh, that'd be a warm-up. No, we recorded an hour episode. We talked about Inside Out 2, how wonderful of a movie, by the way, that is. It's amazing. You have to see it. We talked about Ari Manis, our friend, hilarious comedian, and also just great dude that like helped us figure out stuff for the podcast as far as he could. Obviously, like the technical difficulties on my end. We talked about what else we talked about, Robert? We had such a good episode. It's so weird to like just be reciting the episode. Like, here's what you missed on an episode that won't ever come out because we can't figure out how to press the right buttons.
Well, Jesus came back, not even as a hologram. He was here, dude.
Yeah, he ain't no holler back God.
No. Save that for you two at the Las Vegas Sphere.
Oh, the Sphere. That's where we got to be doing the shows in the Sphere.
Road dogs in the Sphere, dude.
It's just like Angelo's cock, the whole thing. He had such a big
It wouldn't fit it, dude.
Oh, dude, he had such a big
From what I hear.
He had a huge penis.
Dude, yeah, I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but I did.
You should consider yourself lucky. That'll make Lexicon Steel be like, is this a small cock?
Man, how'd he fit it in those shorts, dude?
It's funny because I'm friends with women that he dated too, and I'm just like, how did he fit it in those people?
Man,
it was pretty funny when it was revealed to us because it was Angelo, me, and then J-Mo. We just kind of started to get to know J-Mo, and J-Mo was like he was on some sort of drugs, and he's like, I shit my pants. I gotta change my clothes. And we're like, okay, cool, no problem, dude. So Angelo and I are standing at one end of his like disheveled, scary, like Hollywood like comic room, and Angelo had been friends for quite a while at that point, like at least like. But we hadn't like seen each other naked kind of thing. And so J-Mo was like pulling all of his clothes off. He's like, I'll be there in a second. And he's like pulling us, like all this stuff. He's like really into pills at the time. And then Angela and I are just like standing there like, and I was like, hey, let's like, since he's like naked over there changing, just like in front of us all fucked up, like it'd be kind of funny if like we just took our clothes off. So when he looked back over, we were naked. So we like dropped trow. And like, I'm like, ha ha ha. And then I did like that double take where you're like, what is it? What's that? Oh my God. Because you know when someone has like a huge dick that you're like, that thing is like limp that big? Like what does it grow into when blood starts pumping? And how does your heart handle that? He had a huge heart too. Yeah, that's what they say. If you have a huge dick, you have a huge heart.
Both the schlong and the heart?
He probably had back issues, dude.
That's why he had the backpack all the time. Yeah. He had like a brick in there.
He walked around with his backpack. Oh my God.
He did have a backpack.
I have his backpack. I have his backpack. It's going in the Smithsonian.
Dude.
It's going in the Smithsonian one day.
Wait, did he have like a bunch of his notes and stuff?
Notebooks in there, just like crazy amounts of notebooks and writing.
Oh man, dude, yeah. I mean, the fun thing about your friends having giant penises is you'll never forget it. You'll be like, that guy's got a huge hog. You could be fighting and you'll be like, all right, fuck you, but you do have a giant schlong. It's imprinted in your brain when you see it.
Yeah, you never forget. Like, I don't know if it's like this for girls. Like, if your friend like just has like, I don't know if you could like have lips that are big enough. They're like, dude, your lips are so, or a clit that's so big. But I guess if a girl's clit's that big, you're like, that's a dick.
Yeah.
So it's like a unique experience as well, girls have friends who have like tits that are giant.
Yes.
But I don't think it's the same. Like no one has the like, whoa, like, cause the tits don't have to go into something. There's something about a penis that's like so big that you're like, huh. Like when someone buys a couch that's too big for their crappy apartment, you know, like, you can't put that anywhere. It's an area couch in a 600 square foot apartment. Like there's nowhere to put that. And that's what it's like when you see your friends like giant hog. Cause you know what it's like, even just protecting your dick, you know, like as it runs into things or things smack against it, you're like, whoa, like, but if your dick's like that, long, limp, like hanging down and swinging. You ever see Basketball?
Yes.
It's a David Zucker film, so of course they're going to have some gags. No pun intended. There's a scene when Trey Parker and Matt Stone both like drop. You remember? And they show like their long schlongs
in the locker room.
But like when that's real, and you're like, how does that? You know, dinosaurs have tails so they can balance out. You know, like you don't have a tail. Like how do you balance that thing out?
Yeah.
This podcast has gone off the rails.
It's all right, man. I mean, it's fascinating.
If you want to see it go off the rails, who do we have tonight? Who's our guest tonight?
Dude, we have Nate Hurd.
Oh.
Nate Hurd, old time pal of yours, you know, Angelo. I remember
he's a road dog.
Yeah.
I've traveled with Nate as much as I've traveled with Angelo. Like Nate and I mean, I know that motherfucker snores. That motherfucker snores so loud. I think I've woken up more smashing Nate Hurd on the head with pillows saying, Nate, just to try to get 3 minutes of sleep. Like an old, like married couple.
Does he do the apnea thing? Does he have apnea, you think?
Nate's a good arguer and debater. So if you tell him he's got apnea, he might be like, no, dog, blah, 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 blah. Nate'll argue on anything, which is also why he's so much fun to road dog with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he's a fucking phenomenal stand-up comic. And you don't get to see him in LA doing, like, for some reason, LA has kind of passed over him as like someone that they give long spots to. He still gets spots.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised like the stores just never just made him a regular. He's not a beggar. He's not like a networker. And I'm just surprised the store's never just been like, dude, get him regular spots. Cause he destroys rooms. Like I don't like going up before him or after him. There have been times when I go up, like, so we'd road dog, with Zane. A lot of times we've done a lot of road dogging with Zane Helberg, who's also a freaking great comic. Is he coming out tonight? Or he's on the schedule for something. Okay, maybe he's not tonight.
Yeah.
But Zane, there have been times when Zane has put me up after him, and I've been like, dude, like why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Nate, you know when you have a good set and like the audience is like they do an when you're like, I gotta get out of here, that's been my time, and they go every time Nate's on stage, they do that.
Yeah.
You don't get to see that in LA because they're getting just like, they're getting famous people and whatever else, and then networkers that are getting in there. But like you get to see Nate shine when he's on the road in front of actual Americans telling jokes. Oh, and he's so freaking good. He's so creative. He's such a hard-headed fucking goofy arguer. He will argue about stuff that you're like, I know he's wrong, but I'm going to like just light his ass on fire for like an hour and just like riff. And he will just keep going. And he'll just stand by these. I mean, he's been bitten by so many snakes. He's ran from like villagers he's albino. I mean, he's just got so many great stories, but he's such a good joke teller. He's such a funny dude. So I can't speak highly enough. I know, obviously, you know, you just got to come see him. You can't just.
Yeah, dude, Nate rules. One of my favorite comedians. I mean, I've had him on shows in Orange County, and he's always like leveled the room.
Yeah,
and he's always so clever and silly. But like my favorite elements of comedy, he's so great.
He's got tiny ankles too. I'm always just like, those things are about to snap, dog. You gotta.
How is that supporting him? He talks about that. He looks like a corn dog.
Oh, he's so funny.
Great bit, but you dude, gotta see him.
He's still young enough. His bones are strong. You gotta, but see him now before his ankles do snap, and he's in like a wheelchair comic. That's when he makes it. Is when he's a wheelchair comic. It's just him, but with no feet. My ankle snapped, dog. Nate, what happened? I don't know.
He would still be a killer, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. No, he destroys. He's so good. So Nate's tonight. Now we have to do this for every comic that we list off for the night. No, we can't do that. Just come see Nate tonight.
Kevin Tinkin.
Oh, dude, Kevin's so good.
You know what I'm.
He's like a Louis C.K. that hasn't got caught jacking in front of people. Like he's so funny, dude. And like he's just got great jokes. And we all have our jokes about our kids and our families and whatever else. And like I think his are so funny because he's got like teenage kids now, that's when you know you're old, is when people that you're friends with have teenagers for kids, and you're like, what the heck? Like we're not old enough to have teenagers for kids. Like we have little babies, and it's like, no, you're in your 40s. Like your friends have kids that are 20 years old now, and you're like, what?
Yeah, it's
life's going by. But Kevin's got great stuff like that, and he's a great riffer too. Good on the spot, and
great riffer. Does a lot of great voices too. Like he's also one of my favorite comics. We had a show in Orange County that was 12 Shiny Nickels, which existed in LA for years. But when I hosted it at the Amazing Comedy Theater in Huntington Beach. I made it like a William Castle production where I'd pull stunts and we'd have like dwarves come out and all these crazy weird sketch.
Dude, I'm sad I never
comedy.
saw that. That was like when I was like working my butt off and didn't get to do stand up for the whole time.
Mike Eaton played the Marlboro Man.
Oh, no, God, Eaton's so great.
Yeah.
I already told Eaton, I was like, when you're back in SoCal, like you got a spot.
We got to have him,
Eaton's
dude.
so great. And he loves food too. So we just get to talk about food all day and night.
I got deep dish with Mike. Yeah, Mike's the best.
Mike is the best. You know, I met Mike not even through other comics. I met him through my freaking buddy Cole, who's a mortgage lender.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Cole's a huge comedy fan too. And,
dope.
Funny, and a wonderful dude. This is a lot of shout outs. Just come out to Barney's tonight.
Dude.
Come see Kevin. Come see us. Robert and I, like, we host it together. Right now, we host it together on stage. So it's really fun because it's like we're two just men in their prime. Couldn't even say it without that. Because are we in our, well, no, we're in our prime. Like every day is another day that you're alive. It's a blessing. We're in our prime. Right?
Yeah, that's a great Marcus Aurelius quote.
Is it really?
No,
I love Ryan Holiday and how he's brought Marcus Aurelius to the masses, to the masturbators.
Oh, dude.
He made Marcus Aurelius masturbator.
Dude, Marcus Aurelius definitely beat his meat, dude. That was a Roman thing, right?
No one didn't beat their meat.
Yes.
Whenever someone tries to tell you that they don't masturbate, like for whatever reasons,
they do
like,
it more.
Oh, this is like when your friend goes vegan or carnivore. Like that's an elimination diet, and it will only last so long,
right?
Unless you die beforehand. Fap. Yeah, no fap November. Yeah, well, there's a reason it's no fap November, not no fap Gregorian, for the whole freaking calendar.
Dude, no Gregorian. Do you think anyone does a Gregorian chant when they fap?
Did you just do an Enya impression? Hi-oh,
the Pure Moods soundtrack.
Guys, hit the subscribe button, send this to your friends. But most importantly, if you're in the Los Angeles, SoCal area, come out to Pasadena to Barney's. Come see us. Show's free. We got a raffle, so we get to give away cool stuff. Tonight's a pickleball set with a t-shirt too. We got like really cool like road dog stuff coming too, like a.
We also have
like
artifacts from Carthage and from Alpha Beta.
The grocery store?
Yeah. We've got the sign or something. Remember Alpha Beta, John? Sorry, guys.
I remember Master Beta. Is that okay to joke like that? Is it on the internet? Okay.
Oh, man. It's okay. Randy Spears will let you. Now I was going to try to make a joke. Well, there's Jaws behind us, everybody. He could probably fit Randy Spears' dong in there. Pretty wide mouth. Do you have any phobia or fear of sharks, John? Are you cool with sharks?
I love sharks. I love sharks. I love great whites are so beautiful and misunderstood, but also. Yeah, dude, I love the ocean, but like I'm like not a surfer. The salt water burns my eyes, and I'm scared anytime something touches my foot. And I don't care if you give me a statistic. And you go, the chance of getting attacked by a shark is 1 out of a blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, motherfucker, no one gives a shit about statistics when you are the statistic. You know?
Yep.
The chance of getting struck by lightning is actually very well. As you're getting struck by lightning, are you going, oh, dude, these statistics are pretty interesting? You're just getting struck by lightning. Like when you are the statistic, you don't care how rare it is. You're just like, oh, I'm this. And that does, how many times in life do you go like, this is very rare, but it's happening to you? It's like, yeah, no shit. It's not like you can see the statistics and then choose like a path around them.
Oh, that's annoying. Just knowing that you'd be a statistic.
Yeah. But I love sharks though. I don't wish any harm on them, just like any natural phenomenon. I'm like, I love them. Great whites don't even attack you on purpose. They accidentally bite you, which is probably why I love them so much. Dude, I'm just like, I feel like a, mentally handicapped shark. I'm just like, I didn't mean to bite you. I was just swimming and you look like Tasty, like the excuse shark. I didn't know.
Dude,
that's why I love great whites, because they're just like, I'm sorry I killed you. You shouldn't have bled to death. It wasn't my fault because, well, it was my fault. It was my responsibility, but I did it by accident because you just look like a seal, and those things I'm allowed to eat, right? Am I still allowed to eat those things? I don't even know. Like, just like a neurotic great white.
Woody Allen.
Great whites are Jewish. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Dude, well,
that guy behind me, Shlomo, he doesn't mean to do what he does. He's just born that way,
Dude, to quote Lady Gaga.
You love to quote Lady Gaga.
I do
you love
on
to say
daily
Gaga.
basis.
You loved it on a daily basis. That used to be an adult website called Daily Basis.
Oh, no. Daily Bulletin. Sorry.
Does these headphones make me my hair look like I have a pomp? Look at how it like pushes it forward. I'm like,
Yeah, dude, you could totally be in a psychobilly band.
Yeah, that's right. Hot cherry on a Friday night. That's a Misfits lyric. That's the only psychobilly I know.
Is there a psychobilly? Is there a psychobilly realtor that like shows you haunted houses in Azusa?
Is there an antithesis group or genre of music called mentally composed Billy? Stupid. I just had to say it. Hi, I'm mentally composed Billy. I appreciated things in the 50s like structure, like a nuclear family and 3 square meals.
Dude.
What?
I think that you're onto something.
That's end of the podcast.
Mentally stable Billy. Yeah.
So stupid.
It's so funny.
The antithesis. The antithesis of psychobilly.
Dude. I was thinking though, what is something
Kevin thinking? Is that he's gonna be on the show tonight?
I know he's gonna be on the show, dude.
Road dogs.
Road dogs. Road dogs, my friend.
God, I was like, are my nails dirty? All this shit when you're like doing stuff in public. Or like, what if my nails were dirty, dude?
They look all right, man. For someone,
Yeah,
oh wow.
Dude, that camera's beautiful when it does the autofocus right. It's doing it right now. Look at it. It's got us. It's leaving Shlomo alone in the background. Look at the comedy sign that I made that we're going to hang up, that we're going to put up today at the show. Today will be the first day. It's got
so
an arrow.
Beautiful. It does. It looks great. It's pops. It's hip. It's fresh. It's.
Are you going to work out a new bit tonight? Do you have anything new that you wanted to say? Or are you just going to host? We're still at the early phases of the show where we're like just focusing on running a great show, but I so bad want to do like a good set at the show.
Well, we have kind of some wiggle room.
We've had like, what'd you say we what?
We kind of have like some wiggle room. Who knows? We may. We're just having fun with it and we get to perform all night, really. But I know what you mean, though. A set that's cooking. I do have some stuff that I'm excited about.
Good. Well, we'll see tonight. My son left this in here.
Brontosaurus.
Also my favorite bird. All right.
How big were their
penises?
Yeah. Are there
There's got to be a website that's just called like dinosaurpenis.com that's like tells you about the biggest penis that ever lived. What if it's not even that big? What if dinosaurs had small cocks and that's why they got extinct?
Oh, dude. What do you call it? Lion, not sheep.
Sheep's not wolves.
Sheep's not lion.
You're talking
wolves.
Are you talking about the We the People movement? We're pissed. We the People are pissed.
Dude, everyone's pissed.
I'm so pissed.
That's probably what happened to them. They all fought over like the Trump of dinosaurs or something.
You think dinosaurs got overly tribal?
Yeah.
Dude, I heard that 200 million years ago, TikTok made the dinosaurs go extinct.
I believe it.
This has gone really bad now.
What, TikTok? Dude,
no,
TikTok.
the podcast.
No,
Road Dogs?
Well, TikTok
we got our energy
has infiltrated our pod. There's actually Chinese and Russian spies that are riffing for us right now. Dude, did you hear that? By the way, this is really positive, optimistic, fun stuff.
Thank God. Because after that dinosaur extinction thing, I need this.
Well, speaking of possible extinction, Korea, they're kind of beefing, North Korea and South Korea as usual. But things are kind of getting weird because
they just need to get together and barbecue, because that's one thing we all have in common. Korean barbecue is the best fucking food ever.
Oh, my God. Jen, you ever been to that chain place?
And people will be like, it's a chain. It's really good. And their lunch special is good, dude.
Dude, I had it stoned. Oh, my Zeus.
Yeah, dude. Hashem is watching over you when you're eating that, dude.
Dude.
Yahweh or the highway, bro. Yeah.
Man. Well, hopefully they can get together and kind of squash some Wagyu beef.
I don't know how you do it. Honestly, like we always criticize the political leaders for like how they handle stuff, but like it's definitely like not easy to get like the high school level mentality that some of these people have, like dictators have. So to imagine like just talk some reason to them and keep some peace in the region. It's like it's not that simple, dude. Like there's a bunch of people that are like obsessed with like, if I don't win this, my mom and daddy don't love me, or whatever the hell dictators are thinking in their heads. So I don't know. Honestly, I really think you just gotta kind of. Joe Rogan used to have this joke, which is the way every good conversation starts. It was like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away when he used to do stand-up. And does he still do stand-up? He does, right? He goes to the Vulcan. Was he own the what
Mothership?
That shows how much I know about comedy. He owns the motherfucker ship. Joe Rogan used to have this joke. I know he owns the mothership. I was just like, it's Austin. he had this joke where he was like talking about crop dusting the Middle East with weed smoke. I don't think weed smoke's a good idea because weed smoke is like all bets are off. It affects people in different ways. But there's got to be some sort of like just like happy air. You can, you know, like can't they put ketamine? Are you falling asleep right now? Because I'm so boring.
No, I was just gonna say that
You were falling asleep because I'm so boring with my idea.
No.
Did you take ketamine when I wasn't looking?
I did.
Are you stoned?
No.
Oh, good.
I've had 10-hour work days and it sucks. It sucks so bad because all I really want to do is riff with Johnny. And I'm having flashbacks now that we're talking about North Korea. Because we talked about this yesterday at work and they were talking about the end of the world. And I was just going to the Rolodex because people always talk about it and they're like, well, it says it in this, not saying any particular religion, but they're like, it says that it's the end of the world. And I'm like, well, then why are we working this shit fucking job if
I know.
believe that?
It was like
Why
when
don't we just
AOC like
give
tried to
up?
talk about like how much time we have left with climate change, and then was like, next on the docket, minimum wage. And you're just like, do you really believe what you just told me? If you're like, who cares about minimum wage if you say we've got 5 years before the climate's too hot?
Oh, yeah.
But they're like, but then also like white people are bad. And you're like, okay, like you said we're about to die. Aren't we going to try to work together and fix some stuff or just all get together and fuck? But like, don't tell me that like all this crazy stuff and then be like, we need 3 more signatures from employees anytime that they try to fire someone. You're like, okay, then you must not believe that the world's going to end in a couple of weeks if you're concerned with like a Fair Employment Act or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's so goofy.
That's why we are doomed,
I think
though. That's why we are kind of doomed.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what doomed even means. I think of Cannibal the Musical. You know, the doomed, you're doomed. I mean, but like, what does doomed mean? Like, are we doomed, or is it just like, hey, like like Alan Watts would say, right? Like you're just a flower blooming. Like every individual has like a life span, and there's no journey. There's just you're a blooming flower, and then you're like a grotesque like wilting flower and then something else grows out of you. And it's like, well, if an individual has that, then obviously like bigger systems must have that too, right? So a society has that. Sure. I mean, I would hope, I think there's like a primal need, which is why we've gotten this far. I would hope that the human race would go on for a long time and evolve properly. So. I have children, you have nephews and family and like.
Well, people with children and I feel like old people and lonely people and angsty people.
Lonely people and angsty people.
They always say it's the end of the world. But
they always say that it's the end of the world. Harmonica, go! Yeah.
There's a flute.
I'd want a harmonica. I'd want Todd Snyder doing like a harmonica like solo in the background of that, or Willie Nelson and Todd Snyder,
or Popper. What's his name?
Popper?
John Popper
from
Blues Traveler. The big dude, the fat guy that plays harmonica.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Popper John.
Yeah,
the pizza
dude.
guy. Popper John.
Dude, Papa John. They got in a lot of trouble for the racist stuff. Did you hear about that right before the pandemic?
I gotta tell you, though, I'll take a little bit of racism over a subway molester.
Dude.
You find out like, who was it? It's like, it's this guy named Jared. And he looks just like that. It's like a Broken Lizard movie. You're like, that is Jared. You're like, no, it's his twin brother. He was the racist in Papa John.
Dude, it's weird though when we have those like spokespeople and then they end up being like murderers or like violators, you know? You're like,
it's weird when you first find out about it, but Robert, the older you get, the more you're like, oh, like there's something about the obsession and the ability to do whatever needs to be done to get far enough in a career field. And you're like, no wonder that's also like in the Venn diagram for like insane people. You know what I mean? Like, think about how many like cool non-insane people you know that make no money because they don't have either the consistency or the personality type to dig away.
That makes sense.
And so you're like, who's going to become the guy who runs society? Like a guy that like wants to like drink kids' blood because who says like, yeah, Coca-Cola, take all the water and let all those people die. Only a person who's just like, dude, once Coca-Cola is that much bigger, I'm going to drink some kids' blood. You know, it's the coolest thing. Like I just did a Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, kids' blood. Yeah. Hey, no one ever lets me drink it when it's still warm. I mean, what do I got to do?
I get no adrenochrome.
I get no adrenochrome.
Yeah, I've never.
I mean, you know, obviously Kurt Metzger and Sam Tripoli, you can fact check us, but like the way you get to the top, it's not saying that it's not a rule that it only works. It's just saying like some of those characteristics to get to the top of these things is like having to like, I'll do anything to get to the top. And like, you know, think of some other people that you know that are kind, wonderful people. And they're like, they wouldn't do anything to get to the top. We have some friends that were like, you could have got to the top. You could have got to the top.
Yeah. Some Italian friends.
But you could have, like, and it's just like, oh, like you don't have that in you. So it's not saying that like if you're at the top that you are that, but it's like, oh, like some of the characteristics that it would take to be like, hey, like a bad character in a Pixar movie. Like I sold out this person because that person was going to give me what I needed to do this. And then, so yeah, of course, Papa John's is out there, being racist.
Yeah. I mean,
did anything I say make sense? Probably not. It's a podcast though, right?
Well, like you think about it, Lizzo kind of got in trouble.
She did?
She like shoved a banana in one of her dancers' vajayjay.
Are you serious?
And then like made fun of her for being fat.
How Led Zeppelin of her? She really shoved a banana in a vagina?
Something like that. She fondled her lady parts with the banana, which sounds like a fun party though. You know what I'm saying, dude? Sounds like a...
I know. Like I would go, like if you're like, dude, Lizzo's gonna like brush a banana against your penis, I'd probably be like, really? Like, I don't know if it's my thing. My wife probably won't let me go, but count me in.
Do you think if someone...
That's not cool to make light of it. Like if you're like employed by someone and they're like harassing you in weird, creepy ways, that's probably an awful experience. Not even probably. That's got to be an awful experience. So we can't make light of it. This is a podcast, Robert. It's a very serious podcast. It's a history podcast. This is about society. It's about life. It's about road dogs.
Road dogs.
Barney's Beanery, 8:30 p.m. The one in Pasadena. We got comics from Kill Tony, and not just Robert. Other Kill Tony comics have already been there, and they're going to keep coming. We got comics from Netflix as a joke. It's not a joke. Netflix is very serious. And comics from Comedy Central, not just me because of Snapchat, but comics that have done specials on Comedy Central. And we got comics that haven't been on anything. They're just great people that are hilarious, dude. Jeremy Scipio was there the other day. Tore it up.
Great set, man. He's so funny always.
He's so funny. Are we looking at each other or the screen?
I don't know where to look at this point.
Guys, thank you. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.